Hey friends, welcome back to another video. My name is Emma Lefebvre, and today I'm testing out some watercolor supplies from a new company that I had never heard of, but they reached out on Instagram. They're called GRABIE, and they asked if I wanted to test out their 100 color watercolor palette. So obviously I said yes. And I also asked if they had some 100% cotton paper because I'm always on the lookout for some new 100% watercolor paper that is affordable. So they sent me some, and now we're gonna test it and review it. So let's jump right in and get started. Okay, so today I'm going to be reviewing some products from an art company called GRABIE. They reached out to me on Instagram and offered to send me their watercolors. I had also noticed that on their website they had some 100% cotton paper, and you guys know I'm always looking for new options that are affordable for 100% cotton paper to show you guys. So I asked if they had any they could send, and they have these watercolor postcards and then this pad of 15 sheets. So we're going to try all of this stuff out today. I'm excited because I love trying new products and sharing them with you. So let's jump in to the review. Okay, so this is their 100 watercolors pan. Right off the bat, I just kind of love their patterns and their packaging. It just looks so fun and inviting. So that's a definite plus, but I just want to take a look at this. I've never had a palette of 100 colors before, so this seems crazy. So that comes with this metal tin. There is a swatch card, and there's something else in here. What is in here? Ooh, okay. There is water brushes, and looks like a pencil, and a smaller water brush, and then a sponge. I've seen a couple different palettes like this where they come with water brushes and stuff in the sponge. Not always sure what the sponge is for, but a lot of them do come with it. So there's different water brushes. I have to sharpen this pencil. There's just a medium kind of round one. There's a flat one, and then there's this tiny little one, which is pretty cool. I don't use water brushes really that often when I'm painting with watercolor, but I did mention when I was doing my Mental Health Monday video that they can be pretty handy if you're on the go and you don't have a water cup with you, so they're kind of fun that way. I don't know if I'm going to try them for this. But then there's this swatch card here, and now let's open the paints and check them out. Holy moly. Okay. That's a lot of paints. That is a lot of paint. So there's rows of 10. There's 50 here, 50 here. Ooh, I'm liking these pastel ones. So there are 50 regular colors, and then there are 5 fluorescent colors. So here the 5 fluorescent. Then they also have 35 metallic colors, and then 10 macaron colors. What's macaron? I don't know what that means. I'm guessing it's these pastel-y kind of colors. But yeah, so that looks pretty cool. So once we get a new palette, the first thing we do is swatch. So let's do it. Okay, so now that we've swatched all the colors here, it's very hard to tell on these swatch cards how they actually react. It's kind of just to get a feel of the color that they are. But these swatch cards are not the greatest paper, so I'm going to test out the paper, but also the colors on 100% cotton paper. So GRABIE sent me a watercolor pad, which is 100% cotton, 15 sheets. It is cold press, 140 pounds, all the makings of a good watercolor paper. Let's hope it performs well. And then they also sent me these watercolor postcards that are 100% cotton as well. So I'm going to try both. I'm pretty sure they're the same paper. I would assume so. Oh, this is so cute. First of all, I love the box. is this 140 pounds? It is. So it's the same weight, 140 pounds, 100% cotton paper. Have a little line to write on the back. Very cute. So maybe I'll make a postcard after I test it out on here. And we're ready to kind of just dive right in. So I have high hopes just because it is 100% cotton paper. That is the best paper, in my opinion, to paint on with watercolor. And to just start by testing it out, I think I'm just going to swatch like gradients on here before I jump into a painting. I just want to kind of get a feel of the paints and how they look watered down, more saturated, and all that. But I'm not going to go through all the colors again because that's a lot, like 100 is a lot of colors. So I'm going to pick some of the colors that I really love in this palette so far. I really like all these like candy colors, the candy blue, candy red. Those are really fun. Not the biggest fan of fluorescent and metallic, but if you are, they seem pretty good. And then I love like this indigo, this permanent green, the lilac, the dark green, the olive green. You guys know I love green. There's some really nice colors in here. So let's start by just swatching some gradients onto this paper to see how it works. Okay, so here are the swatches that I just did. At first glance, I love the colors are very vibrant and bright. They're really nice. I was a little worried that they would be maybe on the cheaper side of like, you know, chalky finishes and stuff, which they're not. That just wasn't dry yet. They don't have that chalky finish. I mean, some of them like this green, these greens have a, I don't know. It's hard to judge. And also there's not really any pigment info on their website, so I'm not sure. It says artist grade quality. I'm a little hesitant to believe that it's like high quality artist grade, especially with no pigment info. And I know some people are really into knowing that. Me personally, it doesn't really bother me. I kind of just like to see how I feel with paints and stuff like that. I don't care to know as much about the pigment info, but if you are interested in that, I don't have that for you. It doesn't look like it's available. You might want to message them and ask. But so far, some of these colors are just like really beautiful. Like these pinks and reds are, and the blues are really nice. These greens, the shades are nice, but it does seem, I don't know if I just laid it on a bit thick. I might have to play around a bit more. These watermarks is because I added more water to that area. I wanted to kind of get a lighter value just to see, and so that's why they didn't blend together so well. There was just more water there than there. That's not the paper's fault or the pigment or the paint's fault. That's just me and how I applied it. But again, you can't really tell from a swatch. I wanted bigger swatches just to try it, but now I'm going to actually paint something with it. I'm going to try some florals and a landscape, kind of my go-to two things that I like to try out when I'm trying new paints, and we will see how they look after that. As for the paper, again, it's a little bit hard to tell just from a swatch, so we will go back to the paper and see, kind of evaluate what it's like through the paintings. But at first sight, so far, it looks pretty nice. It's really easy to apply. There's not a lot of texture underneath, but it's really nice. So let's just paint something and then we will give our final thoughts. I did want to mention one more thing while we're getting into this painting. Take a look at their website because they don't just have like this watercolor set and this paper. They also have sketchbooks. They have like really mini sketchbooks, and they even have that really mini watercolor palette with the 8 wells that I had in my mini tutorial video. So they have a variety of many different things. So I would definitely just give it a look at and check out all the things they have. Okay, so testing out these papers and the paint, I'm actually pretty surprised. To be honest, I have tested out palettes that kind of look similar to this in the past. I think there was like one Magic Fly and Artlet. I don't remember. No, I forget what they were called. I do have a video on it, and it looked a little similar, and I'm always skeptical about like affordable palettes that have this many colors, but they actually perform quite nice. They don't seem too chalky at all. You know what I mean? Where like you feel like you could rub it off. Some of the greens, like I said, when I swatched them, have a little bit of an interesting texture, but I wouldn't say that's a deal breaker. They did blend really nicely together for this piece. This watermark is because I added too much water there. That was my fault. But they blended really nicely. And as far as the paper goes, the paper's great. I mean, 100% cotton. There's not any weird textures underneath. The colors bled really nicely together, and for wet on wet, it was beautiful. So I'm actually pretty impressed with the paper and the palette overall. I did enjoy these candy color paints for the watering can painting. They're not paints that you usually find in a typical palette, so I really enjoyed those. But so far, I think it's pretty good. So if you are looking for some cotton paper or a palette with a ton of different colors, this may be perfect for you. So they did give me a discount code, which I'm going to place in the description below, so you can make sure to get your discount if you want to purchase any of their supplies. But that's about it. That is my review. I think they're actually pretty good. Again, if you are really into the pigment info and like knowing everything about the watercolors, this may not be for you. But if you're looking just for like a large palette of a different variety of colors or some 100% cotton paper, you might really enjoy this. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I really hope you liked it, and I hope you learned something. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and follow me on Instagram and Facebook and all my other platforms for tons more content. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.